Hi, I'm Jeff Sharon from UCF Sports Night. You can now watch UCF TV 24 hours a day on Bright House Digital Channel 1. Coming up next on UCF Sports Night, from a walk-on to the starting five, we'll introduce you to Taylor Young. And we take a look back at the volleyball team's 2008 season with an eye on 2009. All that and more next on UCF Sports Night.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV. Today's show is also presented in part by Budweiser, the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Open up a world of taste. By the energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. And by Syntex Homes, proud to support UCF Athletics.
Hello and welcome to UCF Sports Night. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll get to those features in a moment, but first let's take a look back at the week that was in UCF sports, and it was finals week here on campus, so not a lot of events taking place, only one. But the students got to celebrate the end of finals week by coming to the men's basketball game against a local rival. Good crowd on hand at the arena to see the Knights take on the Panthers, and they would get their money's worth. The Knights jumped all over Florida Tech right from the get-go. How about Isaac Sosa? He dropped 6 3-pointers on the Panthers. He finished with 22 points on 8 of 16 from the field. UCF as a team hit on 14 of 29 attempts from downtown. But the story here was JT, Jermaine Taylor, 12 of 18 from the field, 31 points, and he just toyed with the Panthers all night long. One of 4 nights to score in double figures. UCF shoots almost 60% from the field as a team, and they go on to win by 42 points, 110-68. Afterwards, the team reflected on the huge home win.
Our defense is getting a lot better, compared to the beginning of the season. That's our key to our success. We understand that very well, and the reason why we've lost games is because our defense. So we need to get that straight if we want to have postseason play.
Felt real good out there. We're moving the ball, we're swinging it. We got a big lead, so we're just trying to get better out there. We're not trying to force anything, just trying to work on our game. Because, like we said, the next game is Florida, so we're not overlooking Florida Tech, but we got to look ahead to Florida also.
And some football news. Congrats to Joe Burnett, who totes home another award, that of Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Year. He was also named to the Walter Camp Football Foundation's All-America Second Team and also to the First Team All-Conference USA, along with fellow senior DB Sharif Rashad. Burnett is the Knights' all-time leader in interceptions and ranks 19th in NCAA history in punt return yardage. And as always, for all the latest on the Knights, including all the latest news, scores, and highlights, all you have to do is visit www.ucfathletics.com. Stick around. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, he's a local kid who's worked his way from walk-on to the starting five. We've got his story when UCF Sports Night returns. Fans, give the gift of college hoops this holiday with the Outback Steakhouse 4-pack from UCF men's basketball. You can get tickets to 4 huge conference games against Memphis, SMU, Houston, and East Carolina, a Nightmare t-shirt, and an Outback gift card, all for just $50. To order, call 407-UCF-1000 or visit UCFathletics.com. Fans, join the UCF women's basketball team for the UCF Holiday Classic. Watch as the Knights take on Wake Forest at 7 p.m. on Friday, December 19th, and Ole Miss at 5 the following day at UCF Arena. Also, Wake and Ole Miss meet up on Sunday at 3. For tickets, call the ticket office at 407-UCF-1000 or visit UCFathletics.com. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. He's a local product and he's worked his way into the starting five for the UCF men's basketball team. But the road wasn't easy for Taylor Young. He redshirted his first year and then spent much of the second year on the bench. But now he's a solid contributor for head coach Kirk Speraw and the Knights, and we got a closer look at him in our Sports Night Spotlight.
Being a local kid's great. My parents love it. You know, I'm able to go home. They come see me, whether it's they meet me for dinner, come to the games. It's nice to have friends and family around and be at your games. The process for me getting here was pretty unorthodox. My high school days, I went to the First Academy of Orlando. It's about 20 minutes from here. You know, I was recruited, but you know, I was not recruited to get a scholarship, and I was invited, you know, to join the team as a preferred walk-on and have a possibility to earn one. And I redshirted, and I came in with that idea that that would probably be best. You know, it was tough not being able to play competition right away, but yet it was a great opportunity, and I still think it was the right move.
Taylor's a big-time competitor, and obviously by those numbers it shows, and by his presence here since he's been here, he's brought that to our program.
Last year it was fun. It was a different role I wasn't used to playing. I came in and sometimes would defend their best player and try to take care of the ball and do little things like that. And that was a role that I was not accustomed to, but it was really fun. I really liked the guys, and we had great leadership.
He's really grown, he's really developed, he's put in a lot of time, and I truly think that he's benefited a lot from playing against the likes of Mike O'Donnell, Dave Noel, Jermaine Taylor in practice.
In the off-season, I just worked on consistency of my shot, number one, strength conditioning, and then also just knowing what coach wants, whether that's being able to make a move late in the shot clock, get somebody else the ball, whether it's to make the shot, but just knowing as a third-year player what he wants and what he wants executed.
The reason Taylor has earned a starting role here on our team this year is because he works hard.
To get into the starting lineup, a college Division I program like this is not easy. We're very young, and Coach goes to the players that he trusts to get the win and what he can execute and who's going to play the hardest defensively, and he feels like that I'm giving that to him right now.
He comes to practice each and every day. He really doesn't take repetitions off. That's exciting to see as a coach.
I feel like Coach really rewards hard work, and everything anybody earns on this team, they have to actually earn. And that's where I am right now, and I'll continue to work to keep it.
An outstanding job by Taylor Young and his teammates for the UCF men's basketball team so far this season. And joining us right now is their boss, head coach Kirk Speraw. How you doing, Coach?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks so much for joining us. You guys are coming off the two big home wins. Tell us about that South Florida win back a couple weeks ago. How big of a lift was that for this young team?
Well, the fans gave us a great lift, and especially the student body. There was a tremendous turnout from the students, and they were energetic and after it. And our guys, I thought, were very purposeful in what they wanted to get accomplished, and worked very hard and diligently, not only in practice and preparation for that game, but throughout the game. It was an exciting game, great atmosphere, and a great victory.
Come off of that to finals week, and then you had the game against Florida Tech, potential for a letdown, but you guys came out of the gates on fire and never let the foot off the gas.
Well, you never know going through finals week. It's always tough on everybody, and they were staying up late. Minds are in a different direction other than basketball, which they should be, and you never play very well during finals week. So it was a good game for us to come out and get a chance to play a lot of people. We had some injury situations where we didn't have some guys available, but the ones that did play stepped in and did a nice job, and it was good that everybody got an opportunity to contribute.
So both those wins carried so much weight. How farther along are those young freshmen on the team now?
Well, they're making progress. They're making steps in the right direction. A few of them are starting to get it and kick in with the intensity level and taking care of the basketball, being in the right position defensively, and others, are still taking baby steps, and that's the way it's going to be, and it's not going to be a smooth ride, through the year with a bunch of young guys. You're going to have ups and downs, and you got to be able to weather those downs and be able to bounce back. So, it was a big bounce back game against South Florida, so it's that was a good sign, and now we've got to try to develop a little more consistency.
Last question for you, and let's look ahead to that upcoming schedule. You got the Gators in Jacksonville. Once again, what are you looking at going into that one?
Well, they're an awfully good basketball team, obviously tremendously talented. Shoot the basketball, very hard to guard. You know, we're going to have to take care of the basketball against their presses and try to execute our offense the best that we can, but we've got to find a way to slow them down, you know, and stop their defensive transition and handle their ball screen. So it'll be a tough test for us.
Head coach Kirk Speraw, thank you so much for joining us here on UCF Sports Night. Stick around. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, take a look back at the 2008 volleyball season with head coach Todd Dagenais. That's when UCF Sports Night returns. Fans, give the gift of college hoops this holiday with the Outback Steakhouse 4-pack from UCF men's basketball. You can get tickets to 4 huge conference games against Memphis, SMU, Houston, and East Carolina, a Nightmare t-shirt, and an Outback gift card, all for just $50. To order, call 407-UCF-1000 or visit UCFathletics.com. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night 2008, a solid season for the UCF volleyball team. And as we review that season, we are joined now by head coach Todd Dagenais, who comes by to join us. Coach, thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, again, thanks for having us here.
Tell me, give us a grade on the season overall, your first season here at UCF.
You know, I've had a couple weeks now to really think about this, and I mean, for me right now, I feel like effort, that's the #1 thing that we were looking for, the effort. I give it an A. There's no doubt about it. In terms of the result and where we are as compared to where we want to be in a year or 2 years or 3 years, I'm going to give it probably about a B-. But the thing that I'm happy with more than anything else is I'm happy with the efforts, and I'm happy with the fact that we asked the team to do a certain set of things for us to be successful in the future. And like a checklist, they went down and they nailed every single one of them. And because of that, we were able to taste some success this year.
So you'd say that the team basically did meet your expectations?
Oh, no, they far exceeded my expectations, both in terms of on the court, but more importantly, what they did off the court in terms of academics and socially and all the behaviors we asked them to change and address. They did, and they did it with a lot of spirit and a lot of integrity.
You had 2 seniors helping you out, leading the way on this team. Let's talk about each of them briefly. Stephanie Cerna, moving on from UCF. Give us your assessment of her and how big she was this year in helping you come in for your first year.
Well, you know, we talk about Stephanie, we'll talk about Jenny, I'm sure, in a second. But Stephanie was one of those that sat down in front of me, and I had a very tough heart-to-heart with her. Said, okay, look, this is where we need to go. I need you to buy into this. I need you to be a part of this. And before I even got the sentence out, she said, I'm on board, whatever you need. And so that's where I knew I had a solid leader there. Very well respected by her teammates, great on-court player, and it's nice to have a captain also be one of your statistical leaders on the floor. It gives them a natural leadership ability, and that's exactly what she gave us. A great off-the-court leader, but somebody that we can count on for a lot of kills night in and night out.
Another great leader, like we mentioned, Jenny Heppert. How does she embody where you see this program going?
Well, we are very big on being student athletes, and I think she embodies the definition of a student athlete to a T. I mean, as of the time that we're doing this, she's still a 4.0 student and a very tough biology major, had her best statistical year that she's ever had, far exceeded anything she's ever done, and was awarded for it, being named a national academic All-American. You know, and I've been around college volleyball for 15 years, coached 11 of them. I've never been coaching a team that's received an academic All-American award, so this is something I'm extremely proud of. And you know, I told her on the phone, I said, we could have had all conference players, we could have had a conference player of the year, and it still wouldn't have been as big as you getting academic All-American. And so she embodies everything that we want to become, striving for excellence in the classroom and on the court.
Let's take a look ahead to next year, 2009. What players from who are underclassmen now are you looking forward to stepping up this season?
Well, obviously, we expect Erin Campbell to continue with kills at the same clip she was. She is probably scoring close to 4 points a game, a set, and she's going to need to up that a little bit next year. We really look for Lauren Williams to have a big year in the middle for us. She really came on at the end, hit for high percentage. We just got to find a way to get her the ball more. We'll work on that in the spring. I think Lauren Rosenthal setting the offense. I mean, we hit for a pretty high standard this year, and that's something that we need to keep up next year to be competitive. Kathleen Curry did a great job as a freshman libero this year, and I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to fill in other roles. So it's going to be very competitive in the gym. I think that's the only way you get to be a good team, is to compete in the gym to get playing time. But I expect those players to really step up and have a big impact for us.
And as we finish up, what do you guys do over the spring, real quick?
Well, now what we have to do is, right now we're kind of in our rest time. As soon as we start back up in the spring, we'll hit the weights, we'll hit the conditioning, because that's really lays the foundation for the workload that we have to do in the spring. Once we get in shape, then we can really work hard in the gym. So we'll work on that in the spring a lot, and then we'll get right down to the basic skills, the passing, the setting, the hitting. It's all individual training for a long time. And then right towards the end of the spring, we'll start doing some team concepts and playing some non-traditional matches. We get 4 weekends to do that. We'll play in one beach tournament as well.
And just like that, you begin year number 2 here at UCF. Congratulations on year number 1.
Thank you. It was a great ride, and thanks for all the support this year.
Head coach Todd Dagenet, UCF Volleyball. Stick around. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, we've got plenty more for you, including our Knights Talk segment with Keith Tribble and our Plays of the Week. We're back after this. Fans, join the UCF women's basketball team for the UCF Holiday Classic. Watch as the Knights take on Wake Forest at 7 p.m. on Friday, December 19th, and Ole Miss at 5 the following day at UCF Arena. Also, Wake and Ole Miss meet up on Sunday at 3. For tickets, call the ticket office at 407-UCF-1000 or visit UCFathletics.com. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. We'll get to our top 3 plays of the week in a moment, but first let's check in with UCF's Director of Athletics in Knights Talk with Keith Tribble. This week we're focusing on the Golden Knights Club, and we asked Keith Tribble, what are the GKC's initiatives for this year?
Well, the Golden Knights Club is our fundraising arm of the University of Central Florida Athletic Association, and their charge is to raise dollars for us. Our annual scholarships now are about $6 million. The Golden Knights Club has been raising in totality about $7 million, which includes some premium seats for the stadium, but in terms of cash towards scholarships, it's close to $2.5 million. So you can see we've got a ways to go before we try to annually handle the cost of scholarships. So we are constantly trying to raise that number. I think we have almost 3,500 GKC members. Our goal is to try to get to 5,000 members. And these people are friends of the university, friends of athletics that contribute anywhere from 15 to millions of dollars toward our athletic program. And so we will be aggressively, obviously, trying to raise money this year as we do every year.
Time now for our Sports Night Plays of the Week, the best from the 2008 volleyball season. Play number 3, let's go back to the beginning of the season. The opener at the newly christened volleyball venue. The Knights taking on national power Stanford before a record crowd for UCF volleyball. And although the Cardinal came out on top in this match, it turned out to be a springboard for UCF as the Knights would win 11 of their next 15 matches. Play number 2, you can pretty much take your pick from Stephanie Cerna this season, but this kill right here exemplified her senior year as she finishes her time at UCF. Congrats to the AVCA All-Midwest Honorable Mention. But play number 1 symbolic in more ways than one. Against Tulane, the Knights keep this one alive, and against all odds, they catch the Green Wave by surprise and get the point right here thanks to Jenny Heppard, who showed stick-to-itiveness not just here, but all season. And congrats to her on being named second-team Academic All-American, the first ever in UCF volleyball history. Now here's a look at some of the other great plays from the volleyball season. And those are your Sports Night plays of the week. Now that finals are done here on campus, it's time to crank up some more college hoops during the week ahead. It all starts Thursday with 3 games in 3 days at home for the women's basketball team. They start with the Miami Hurricanes on Thursday night. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at UCF Arena. Then it's the UCF Holiday Classic at the arena as the Knights take on Wake Forest on Friday at 7 p.m. and Ole Miss on Saturday at 5 p.m. You can listen to both of UCF's games on UCFathletics.com. The Classic continues with Wake and Ole Miss taking on each other Sunday at 3. The men's basketball team has a big date on Saturday as they head up to Jacksonville for a meeting with the Florida Gators. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. and you can listen on the Knights flagship station, AM 740 WQTM, or you can catch the game on Fox Sports Net. The Knights then take on Valparaiso at home on Hispanic Heritage Night at UCF Arena, Monday, December 22nd. Tip is set for 7 p.m. and you can catch the game on AM 740 WQTM or watch online at UCFathletics.com. On the air, catch our show, UCF Sports Night, Tuesday at 4:30 and Thursday at 4 p.m. on Bright House Sports Network, as well as Tuesday at 5 on Sun Sports. The show also airs all week on UCF TV, and you can also see it online at UCFathletics.com. And just a reminder, UCF Sports Today with head basketball coach Kirk Speraw tips off Tuesday, January 6th on those same 3 networks. And for all the latest on all UCF sports, visit UCFathletics.com, your home for UCF sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you want to check out this episode one more time, or you want to see any of our archive episodes, you can anytime you want. All you have to do is log on to www.ucf.tv and click on UCF Sports Night. Well, that is all for us for this week here on UCF Sports Night. For all of us at UCF Athletics and UCF TV, I'm Jeff Sharon saying thank you so much for watching, and go Knights!
Hey, this is LT from 101.1 WJRR. You're listening to the best sounds of area music. UCF Athletics, Access Magazine, and WJRR are proud to support local artists. You can find more great artists by going online at www.wjrr.com and also accessmag.com. And by listening to Native Noise each and every Sunday at 11 o'clock.
UCF Sports Night has been brought to you by UCF TV. Today's show was also presented in part by Bright House Networks. See how bright life can be. By Holler Classic, the official automotive group of the UCF Knights. And by Coca-Cola. Welcome to the Coke side of life.